So, how's today's shoot gone?
It was really fun. Very blue, very atmospheric, very exciting. Malka is the genius behind a lot of these things, and she had a very clear idea coming in. When you're doing something creative and the kind of managed haphazardness of having a pile of blue things all over us and loads of crazy stuff going on, having a structured idea to go into that with is really, really helpful. And it's the sort of thing that Malka just sees in her mind straight away. And so coming in with that direction, but still having the freedom to experiment a bit, have a bit of fun, is what it's all about. It was really, really good, really productive, really, really excited, and we're all feeling great about it. It was amazing, yeah.
Exclusively, it's not me being like, we're going to do this. It's usually I've come up with this idea, how can we make this work as a group? Initially, I just love coming up with concepts. I love doing art. I think the good thing about this group and being in a band is being able to utilize all of your skills that you like. So I always love collaborating with photographers or music videographers, and saying this is kind of my idea, this is how I want to execute it. But usually I know that it's a decent concept if it just comes to me, and this was one of those things that came to me. I knew I wanted something different to our last photo shoot, which was very straight and narrow. It was so much fun, very straight to the point. I wanted something a bit more complex, but didn't take itself too seriously. And we had to incorporate some blue, and I feel as though aesthetically we've all changed in the past year and a half. And I feel like that's going to be very much embodied within the shoot. I'm just really excited that everyone was on board and was happy for me to paint their faces and bring in items. So yeah, very happy.
So, what's your favourite blue item you brought today with you?
For me, it's one of my toms from my beautiful baby blue 1962 Premier drum kit. It's a privilege to play live and a pleasure to own, and I like to show it off every chance I get. So when there's not a house kit, I get to bring it along. When there's a photo shoot I can strong arm it into, then I take every opportunity.
For me, I recently found in a drawer of miscellaneous and potentially not working and discarded wires and various electronics, I found my old portable CD player from when I was a kid, which happened to be blue, and I remember vividly. I remember listening to mixed CDs. My dad made me on that. I remember having like Space Oddity by David Bowie on one of them, and playing that over and over again on long car journeys. And I was quite impressed that it was actually still working, and I was very happy to have such like a core childhood memory, like just rediscovered and still working. And it kind of the fact that, I don't know, old technology like that, like Game Boys, they always seem to be so robust and seem to survive way better than modern stuff a lot of the time. So I was very happy to have that still working, and that was the first thing that came to mind when Malk suggested that we all just put together a pile of blue things. That was going to be right next to my head in the shoot, and it was.
Mine was definitely my blue duck from my childhood, the blue soft toy, because he's so cute and fluffy and reminiscent of my childhood, and it's a blue duck. You don't get those much. Yeah.
For me, there's a tie, actually. So it's between a ball that George brought, and we had a lot of fun playing catch backstage while the other people had their photos taken. So that's unlocked some core memories. And the other one is my Back to the Future t-shirt that never otherwise leaves my house. So this was a very rare chance for it to be seen in public.
I think for me, it's similar to Malka. It's probably also a little duck, except it's a little rubber duck. My partner bought it for me, and she is slowly but surely filling my car with them. So, but you know, they're very sweet, and they're very fun to have around. Yeah.
What are any of the recent highlights of the year?
The obvious one is that in February we played with Miki Berenyi of Lush and her trio.
I'm just going to tell you that Blue Cinemas t-shirts are £10. Ours are fucking double, because ours cost 11 quid each to make. So I apologise for that, but...
that was a big experience for us, not just because Lush is kind of a stylistic touchstone for us in many ways, but it was just one of those things of feeling a bit more accepted and a part of a broader music scene, because previously, as many kind of local bands I'm sure are used to, you don't necessarily find your tribe instantly. You play with a lot of like a mishmash of different styles. People in the area obviously don't all congregate around one genre. This was last year, but we had like our first like dedicated shoegaze gig, and then obviously this year we played with a literal living shoegaze icon.
Yeah, I think personally for me, it's a kind of go-to, but that was also an opportunity for us to show off some of the new songs we've been writing and some of the direction that our songwriting and genre stuff is taking, which is really, really exciting. We've got a bit more breathing space in between bigger shows now where we can be a bit more creative, have a lot more fun, a lot more experimentation with what we're doing. And I think that our ideas and our concepts and the way we're driving certain songs now, that, you know, not only the new stuff we're coming up with, but the things we played for a long time and that we're revisiting and adding new touches to. I think that's, for me personally, the way that our songwriting has come on, and some of our new stuff that we're going to be releasing soon and that we've been able to play live recently is a real highlight for me.
Adding to that, we got a manager, shout out to Paul, and with that came some really good opportunities, including being able to, which we're in the process of recording stuff professionally in a studio. That's a highlight because we've been doing it all ourselves up until this point, and it's always nice to have an extra helping hand.
How was your experience shooting the Safe music video?
I thought it was great fun. It was in our practice space, so it's a place we feel comfortable with, and I think that adds a lot to a shoot, especially kind of long form when we're doing it all day. Being somewhere that we've kind of played a million times and that we've made our second home added a really nice personal touch, I think. It's a nice contrast to the kind of creative direction and the off-piece stuff we've decided to do today, where we're being sort of different and coming up with these new ideas of what we want to do. Just stripping it back and having some really well shot, really well put together, excitingly edited, you know, just solo and group stuff of us just playing the song and, you know, just putting it together like that, I thought was really, really, you know, straight up and down and worked really, really well. It was a great day. It was really, really nice to all get together and give a whole day to a song that we all really, really love and have a great time playing. And we're all really, really happy with how it came out.
It was really fun working with you both, Luke and Seb, because, I mean, I've worked a lot on sets before, and usually everything is very meticulous and planned out. The way that the director and the cinematographer wants it is the way that it's going to get done. But I think you both kind of allowed us to explore things because the concept is so beautifully simple. It didn't need to be anything else. So you allowed that room to kind of, how do we want to look? What angle are we going to go from? It just felt very comfortable. We all felt like we had such a good time. It was so much fun. And so we're just really happy that you guys were on board to do that with us. So thank you.
How did the Blue Cinema name come about?
After much trial and tribulation, really, because we decided we needed a name, as most bands do, after just being the band for a while. And that's taken, actually, by Bob Dylan's band. I think, well, I had a notes page on my phone, I think everyone did, of just writing down anything that came to mind, and we all just threw them in a Google Doc, and there was a long process of whittling it down to which ones get, like, instantly vetoed, like, we're not having that, and which ones we ended up kind of liking. Blue Cinema was of my collection. It's actually plagiarism. It's a piece of music by an ambient composer called Chihei Hatakeyama from his album. I'm being honest about it. So it's from his album Void 22, and he's just an ambient composer. He's very prolific, and I'm a big fan of him. I follow him very closely. And I was just listening to that album coincidentally, and I really like the album cover on that. It's kind of like a dark shot of like a car with like a smashed windscreen, and you can see like the red light of the dash clock coming through, and I just thought, oh, that's really moody. And because I was thinking about band names anyway, I thought if this was a lyrical album, I'd like pinch a lyric from it. And I was just looking through the song titles, and then Blue Cinema came on, and I thought, that's very evocative to me. Like, to me, that's very, I don't know, I just had an image in my head that felt quite nostalgic and whimsical. And, but as soon as I proposed it to like other people, they almost kind of got like I don't know, an innuendo out of it, which I also found quite funny. And
Blue movie.
yeah, because of a Blue movie. And I never thought of that, but I kind of like the fact that it had different meanings to different people. Like, I thought of it a very innocent, just like kind of nostalgic and bittersweet image, and then other people took it a different way. But regardless, that just happened to be the one that won out of the selection, and that's what we stuck with. And hopefully we like it still, because there's no going back now, really.
Now that we know the history of your name, how did you all originally form as a band?
So the stars aligned, and it was a time where all of us were looking to form a new band. It was obviously Malka's idea to form the band, but like at the same time, Jack and I were in bands that we desperately wanted to leave. And then Malka and George, they knew each other from school, and they reconnected. And well, in my case, I had posted on a Facebook group in Cambridge months ago. Talk about butterfly effects. And she pulled out my post months later and asked if I wanted to join her band. And I listened to one little recording she sent me over WhatsApp, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave my current band and join her. And here we are 2 years later.
Yeah. It was the four of us plus somebody who's no longer with us, but he only came for one rehearsal.
He didn't die.
No.
He is the drummer. It would be on like the Spinal Tap thing. He just exploded on
Yeah.
the kit one day.
But it took forever for us to find a drummer, to the point where I was like, yeah, who are you? We auditioned so many people before we found James, and none of them really took. And it wasn't just a matter of skill, because there are a lot of skilled drummers. It was a matter of how we all meshed together, and I think everyone can safely agree, even outside of the band, how much he just fits, like without a doubt. Like, he is just was like the missing puzzle piece. Everyone is very much a lightning in a bottle situation, I think, where we all share the same goals and passions, and we all are best friends as well.
Where can people find your music and videos?
So we've released, God, what have we released? We've released 2 singles and an EP, all of which, and a live single, all of which are on Spotify. And we obviously did the music video for Safe as well, which can be found on YouTube. But yeah, our music can be found on pretty much all platforms. Follow our Instagram, our Facebook. I think that's it. YouTube. Yeah. Bandcamp, TikTok. There's everything. There's more than I can keep track of.
I challenge people to find a platform that we haven't put it on. That would be really cool. Come see us in September. We're playing a festival with the likes of Dreamwife. Who else?
Opus Kink. Other local band Lemondaze will be there. It's called Shiny New Model is the name of the actual festival itself. It's being set up by Simon of Green Minds, who's worked with us a lot, and he's a valuable friend of the band at this point. Oh yeah, we're also, what day is it? November 24th. If that's a Sunday, that's the day that we'll be here. Our November gig, that'll be our first time being a headliner on the bill here. Yeah, that's exciting. It feels like this is a big opportunity to like put on a nice long show with an arc, with stories, with life, love, and death, and yeah.
Come see us on either show.
Or both.
Yeah, we're really excited to see you all and chat to you. Yeah.